Catherine kept saying you were late and taking it out on me. The new director wouldn't let us come out sooner, snorted Mary. New director, my eye. Catherine will always be in charge. The library belongs to her. Without her money, it would close. We were introduced. Mary said, this is the new librarian. And so I said hello, and Helen also said hello. And then we went inside this beautiful, beautiful home, Chinese vases, and off-white ceilings with crystal chandeliers. Where is she, Mary asked, at the foot of the grandest wooden circular staircase. Up in William's room, Helen answered, not only glum-faced, but twirling a finger near her ear. She's always there, sitting in front of the picture of his. Going up, she's waiting for you. She's probably writing love letters to him, you know her. Don't keep her waiting. Mary shrugged her usual way, but we started up the majestic staircase with leaded colorful windows for a wall on the first landing. The first floor had many marble columns. When I asked Mary if the marble was from Italy, she said it was faux marble, and that this fake marble cost even more than the real one. It was all the rage at the end of the 19th century. A few portraits too, faces not as grim as those in the library. And finally, we went into William's room. Catherine Van Veld was sitting on a high-backed wooden chair. Back to us, facing a fireplace of real marble this time. And I looked up, and yes, there was a picture of a man in colonial times. He held a rifle. No, a musket in one hand. I suppose it was William Van Veld. Yes, I suppose right. His name was written in quite large letters on the bottom. William Van Veld, 1740-1769. I fell for him right away. He had a kind of a round face, closed, smiling lips, and most of all, he had such tender eyes, sometimes just like Catherine, but his were bright like a child, and looking straight at me with a sweet gentleness. Not all of those future relatives in the library coldly judgmental. I hadn't expected Van Veld to look like this. I stared at him in this faded painting. Something strange happened to me in William's room. In that huge Victorian mansion, I fell in love with William Van Veld of New Pastures. From another country. Dead. Crazy. I know. I'm in love with Chris Capriello from Brooklyn. In the here and now. Yet he looks so sweet. Sweet William. I returned his warm greeting, his smile, with all of my heart. And then something happened. Yes, she did give me the book. And then she asked, where is Sinclair? Arkansas. He went to Arkansas, replied Mary. Arkansas, what for? For the reenactment of the Battle of Pea Ridge. And now Catherine Van Veld, he shouldn't be here. He should be here getting ready to reenact the Battle of Lake George. on September the 9th. Well, it happened in the 1755. We're in 2004. Mary voiced this reminder softly. William fought in the Battle of Lake George. Catherine Van Vel said quickly, also softly. The painting of a young man in the elaborate ornate frame was quite faded. He was only 15. He fought bravely. Almost got scalped. Scalped! The horrifying word brought back the few pages in the book called A History of the French and Indian War. It was a gruesome battle, the Battle of Lake George. French and Iroquois Indians against British and New York Mohawks. Old Chief Hendrick of the Mohawks got killed. I was just remembering this. Yuck! But with those muskets. But those flint-like muskets of the white man were just as frightening. I stopped a bit. They were talking. I kept looking at him, smiling sweetly. Try to imagine how new pastures were then. All of New York State, the forest primeval for sure. He never got any recognition. We must do something to right this wrong. We must, said Catherine. Give us the book, will you? Said Mary. We have to go back. Catherine didn't answer Mary. Do you have any ideas then, Camilla, of how to some commemorative event? Yes, Mrs. Roosevelt, I have. Oh, let's hear it. I too looked at William, smiling all the time. To me, he was my sweet William. I had to come up with something, real quick. My eyes went to the musket again, fixed on it, this long, intriguing war weapon of long ago, wars. And then something checked in my brain. I remembered when I was a junior in high school, because Dave Hayworth, the boy I liked then, obsessed with firearms, I had signed up for the firing course after school. I had done the same thing. Had to have permission from my parents. My mother wasn't too thrilled. Anyway, to make a long story short, I was good. I was good at this. And beginning, yes, with a musket, flintlock musket, we heard from the teacher, about 5.5 feet tall in length. I got a sharpshooter certificate. Not Dave. I think that's why he broke up with me. Well, Camilla, I'm all ears, said Catherine Van Vel. I could not disappoint, really. So I thanked my old school boyfriend Dave for bringing me, because all of a sudden I got this idea. Vivi, we've got to get teenagers into the library to teach them all about the French and Indian War. We'll do them with a musket, with William's musket. We'll have a series of lectures, workshops entitled Come and Learn About the Musket That Made Dreaming of a Free America Possible. The musket that won the French and Indian War. Oh, she was so happy with this and thank you. Camilla, it's a brilliant idea. I like it. My mind went again to the Battle of Lake George. Fort William Henry Ticonderoga, two Ballads of Lake George, from William Henry again at Ticonderoga, 2 tomahawks, bullets, carriages, horns, worn out booklets with titles like firearms in the war. But I had to do something. And then this is what Mayor said. Okay, we'll do that some other time. Now we have to go back. All right. Now, Catherine Van Bell said you have to go back. But I want to tell you this. William's musket is a learning tool, Billy said warmly, turning to the painting. You'll finally get the credit, dear William, you deserve, my beloved William.